Back in the day, any video game with Tom Clancy's name on it or any property that he was a part of had me intrigued. Many of these games were made by Red Storm Entertainment, which helped to give birth to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon respectively. Both series showcased a slower, more tactical approach to first-person shooters that was unique to the high-paced shooters of the time. Fun fact, I actually did a Let's Play series of Rainbow Six 3 Raven Shield over a decade ago on this channel. It wasn't very good, but it did help to get some content on this channel. In regards to Red Storm Entertainment, they did start out primarily making strategy games such as the RTS game Dominant Species. Fast forward to 2000 and Shadow Watch was released. Based on the Tom Clancy's novel of same name, this turn-based tactics game featured a branching story mode, a comic book inspired art direction, and RPG elements for your characters. With that said, it is ultimately forgotten and basically never talked about. Does it deserve more attention? Or does it deserve to be discarded for the sands of time? When you start this game, you can either play a single mission or start the campaign. For this review, we will mainly focus on the campaign mode. When you begin a campaign, you are taken to one of 3 locations: Rio, Hong Kong, or Baikonur. This is randomly chosen for you, meaning each campaign can potentially be radically different from the next. For this playthrough, the Shadow Watch team will begin their adventures in Baikonur, where we will talk to a Russian scientist named Baranova. From here, we can select how to respond. While these options may seem harmless at first, each option has the potential to open a radically different mission. Depending on what you say determines how the story progresses and what the next mission entails. This gives a ton of replayability even on repeat playthroughs. Based on our dialogue choices, we have opened up a theft mission for us to participate in. We can select 3 of 6 of our squad members. The 6 members are the leader Ian Archer, stealth expert Lily Yu, shotgun big man Bartholomew Bear Borinsky, grenade expert Rafael, sniper Maya Knight, and recon expert Grenady, not going to say his last name. Each have their own specialities that are important to consider for each mission. For this theft mission, we have chosen Lily, Maya, and Grenady. Our goal here is pretty simple. We have to retrieve an object without sounding any alarms. This is much easier said than done, as Lily is the only character to have a silenced weapon. Lily is also a martial arts expert, meaning she can quickly take down targets once in melee range. Maya is equipped with a sniper, which has its own limitations in close quarters combat. Gennady is the most interesting as he does not have any weapons, but comes equipped with a scanner to detect where the enemies are. It's differences like this for each of the characters that help it stand out compared to other tactical games. Unlike most tactical games that I have played over the years, movement is very different here. Similar to other games, your characters will move in a grid-like format. The difference is that you don't just click on the area you want to move in. Instead, you'll need to move each character by pressing the arrow keys on the top right. Since you can only move in 4 directions, you'll also painstakingly need to turn your character to get him or her to move to the grid you want them to be at. Not only is this such an odd choice, but it is incredibly tedious and cumbersome to progress through the map. It turns a simple theft mission into a much longer process than necessary. Thankfully, the rest of the tactical experience is actually pretty solid. Depending on your choices, missions can fall into 1 to 8 categories: assault, raise, defend, rescue, kidnap, surveillance, raid, and theft. My favorite are the assault missions, and these involved every member of the Shadow Watch team. This means you'll be getting into combat, which is fine for the most part. You can either play defensively by ordering your members to provide cover fire, or take a more active stance by ordering them to shoot. Depending on the character ultimately determines their chance to hit. A sniper like Maya can be very accurate from range, while characters like Bear will need to get much closer. It's pretty simplified as you don't have to worry about reloading nor about running out of ammo. The focus is mainly on positioning and making sure that your characters won't take too much damage. After every mission, your characters who participated will gain experience points that can be used to unlock skills within their skill tree. As expected, each character has their own skill tree. Many of these skills provide a huge boost in a character's effectiveness, either making them better offensively or providing some more utility to be taken advantage of. And that basically is the gameplay flow. As you progress in each map, the amount of people and choices you have will expand. As you gain more key contacts, you can alter who you are trying to assist or even betray those you were initially trying to help. It's very interesting seeing how your actions impact the overall campaign and how you can adjust from that perspective. Unfortunately, all this variation does come at a cost. With only 3 major areas of operations and 1 final mission, the campaign is very short. I've completed a campaign in less than 10 hours prior, and I'm pretty sure I can possibly go from 1 long sitting if I focus purely on the stealth missions. Despite the replayability of the campaign, I do wish there were more areas to play around with, or even an expansion pack adding a new campaign to play through. And if you want to just mess around with random missions, there is a single mission mode where you can set up your own missions to participate in. I didn't play around with this mode too much, but it is fun if you just want to experiment with a team under certain circumstances. Last but not least, I have to mention the superb presentation here. What caught me initially back in the day was the amazing comic book artwork. From the character designs to the environments, Shadow Watch certainly stands out. It reminds me of the Men in Black cartoon from back in the day. The music is also very well done as it was composed by the legendary Bill Brown. Brown is most famous for working on the early Rainbow Six titles, as well as all 9 seasons of the TV show CSI New York. The music, especially once the shooting begins, does a great job of providing a heroic tune as you take down the enemy. Overall, Shadow Watch is very solid, but I am not surprised that it is forgotten. The branching campaign mode, the character diversity, and the comic book art style help to give Shadow Watch its own identity. With that said, the awkward movement controls really do date this game even further back than its year 2000 release date. It also doesn't help that this game was just marketed very poorly. Heck, Tom Clancy's name isn't even on the title, which I never found an actual reason why. Either way, you can purchase Shadow Watch on GOG.com for $6. It's often on sale for 75% off at $1.50. For such a small price, it is definitely worth the investment, even just for curiosity's sake. Thank you all for watching as always, and this is Powerhouse, signing off.